Every morning, the battlefield awaits you. It doesn't care how you slept. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're scared. The battlefield only has one rule: adapt or die. This is not a game. This is war. And war is not won by wishful thinking. It's won by warriors, those who are willing to stand when others retreat, those who move when others freeze, those who build while others break. In this world, your fate is not written by luck or divine intervention. It's carved by your choices, your habits, your weapons. You want money to flow to you? Then stop asking, stop begging, stop waiting. You must become the kind of person money chases. Let the weak wait for breakthroughs. You forge them. Let the masses pray for luck. You craft skill. Let the cowards look for easy paths. You take the hard road, because only that road leads to power. The war begins with a simple truth. Skills are your weapons, not dreams, not affirmations, not potential. Skill, raw, undeniable, ruthless skill. This is what separates the kings from the corpses. And skills must be earned through repetition, through challenge, through obsession. You don't rise by doing what's easy. You rise by solving real problems. Look around. There's chaos everywhere. People drowning in confusion, frustration, inefficiency, and they will pay handsomely for a solution. Your job? Become the one who holds the answers. Learn. Building adapt. Master. Whether it's your hands or your mind, your voice or your vision, refine it until it cuts through noise like a blade through flesh. Become so skilled at what you do, they have no choice but to come to you. And when you solve their pain, money follows like a shadow. But a sharp sword means nothing if you don't control the battlefield. And your battlefield is your money. Take command. Every dollar that leaves your hand must be a soldier marching to a purpose. You do not throw troops into the wind. You deploy them with precision. Most people treat money like water. It leaks, it spills, it disappears. Not you. You track every dollar. You know where your money goes, what it fights for, and how it multiplies. You don't let your income vanish into vices and comfort. You aim it like a sniper shot, toward assets, toward knowledge, toward your legacy. You budget not because you're poor, but because you're a tactician. You build reserves not out of fear, but because a general knows the cost of war. And when others collapse from surprise attacks, unexpected bills, broken cars, job loss, you will still stand, prepared, armed, ready. And to gain this edge, you must rise before the sun. A warrior does not snooze the call to arms. A warrior does not crawl out of bed like a prisoner. A warrior wakes with fire. Before the world screams for your attention, before texts, emails, noise, there is silence. Sacred, strategic. Use it. You train in the dark so you can dominate in the light. In the early hours, you sharpen your mind, your plans, your focus. You journal your intentions. You execute your disciplines. You become a ghost moving ahead while others still sleep. This is when your empire is built, not when the market opens, but when the world still sleeps and you've already taken the first hill. But all the planning means nothing if the soldier is weak inside. And so your greatest duty is to work harder on yourself than on your income. Let this be clear. Money is not your God. It is your mirror. It reflects what you are. If you are undisciplined, you will bleed money. If you are weak, you will chase what you should be attracting. If you are shallow, your wealth will be an illusion, empty and ready to crumble. So you forge the inner weapon, your mind, your will, your focus. You train your thoughts the way a warrior trains a sword. You cut away self-doubt, victimhood, and fear. You build a fortress inside yourself, brick by brick, through reading, through reflection, through sacrifice. You invest in mentors, courses, books, not because it's trendy, but because the knowledge becomes steel in your hands. You grow stronger with each truth you uncover. You shed your old skin with each uncomfortable realization. You don't chase confidence. You earn it through conquest. And when the world tests you, because it will, you will not bend. You will rise. You will adapt. You will conquer. But personal growth alone isn't enough. A warrior must also invest wisely. Every coin you earn is a weapon, and a fool wastes it on glitter and distraction. A warrior multiplies it through investments, through skills, through assets that appreciate, not just entertain. Invest in your health, because a sick warrior dies early. Invest in your network, because a lone wolf starves when the hunt goes wrong. Invest in tools, systems, knowledge, and let every dollar you deploy come back with recruits. You don't invest emotionally. You invest strategically. You move with logic, with foresight, with patience. You study your targets. You calculate the terrain. You do not gamble. You strike with precision. This is how empires rise, brick by brick, asset by asset, discipline by discipline. And every great warrior tracks the war. Relentless daily focus. This is your next command. Not monthly. Not when you feel like it. Daily. Every day you check your progress. Every day you log your wins, your losses, your spending, your income. You don't drift. You dominate. You don't guess. You know. Numbers don't lie. Patterns don't lie. You treat your finances like a battlefield. Would a general walk into a war with no map, no plan, no intel? Then why are you living like that? Track. Every move. And here's the most overlooked edge of all. Learn from the rich and do what they do. You think they got lucky? No. They mastered the code. They leverage. They scale. They delegate. They buy time and build systems. They think in decades, not days. They read more than they post. They buy assets while the sheep buy liabilities. They don't chase paychecks. They build engines. They don't spend emotionally. They invest ruthlessly. So study them. Copy their models. Reverse engineer their empires. And then take it a step further. Add your edge, your grit, your pain, your story. Because one more principle separates the rich from the forgotten. Give more value than anyone expects. Deliver so much value that people feel guilty underpaying you. Over-deliver. Outwork. Outshine. Make your name impossible to forget. Be the one who does more, who solves more, who shows up earlier, leaves later, and crushes expectations into dust. You do this not for applause, but for dominance. Because when you give more than expected, the world opens its doors. People remember you. They recommend you. They rely on you. And your reputation becomes armor that no one can pierce. But don't stop there. Create something people need and will pay for. Your skills are powerful. But if you channel them into something people crave, you'll create your own economy. You'll no longer chase opportunity. You become the opportunity. Don't waste time building for everyone. Build for someone. Solve a specific pain. Serve a specific tribe. And serve them well. Give them tools, services, systems, products that help them win. If you do that, your path becomes unstoppable. And lastly, warrior, push yourself daily to earn and grow more. This isn't about chasing numbers. It's about becoming more. Every single day. You don't stop just because you're tired. You don't pause because you're ahead. You push because warriors must evolve. You lift heavier, think deeper, focus harder, invest smarter. You act even when you don't feel like it, because that is what separates the elite from the average. You don't settle. You don't coast. You hunt. You push every day, because growth is oxygen. You push every day, because the world won't stop. You push every day, because warriors don't wait for fate. They forge it. Lesson 1. Forge the weapon. Master one valuable skill. Skill, raw, undeniable, ruthless skill. This is what separates the kings from the corpses. Objective. Choose one real-world skill that solves a specific problem and commit to mastering it with warrior-level discipline. Why this matters. In the world of warriors, your blade is your skill. You don't bring a butter knife to a battlefield. You forge steel that cuts through chaos. Most people scatter their focus across a dozen half-baked talents and wonder why no one values them. But the warrior goes deep. The warrior becomes dangerous with one tool, one mastery, one edge. The marketplace does not reward dabblers. It rewards dominators. Pick your lane, sharpen your blade, become the one they call when the stakes are high and failure is not an option. Implementation. 1. Identify a real-world problem. Look around you. What frustrates people? What's broken in your industry? What do people complain about in forums, on social media, or in conversation? Find the gap, the pain that needs solving. 2. Choose a skill that solves that problem. Your skill must fix something. Marketing, negotiation, video editing, electrical repair, coding, closing sales, fitness coaching. Whatever it is, make sure it solves a pain point people will pay to end. 3rd block, 90 minutes per day for skill mastery. Create a non-negotiable time slot every single day for learning and practicing. No distractions, no excuses. Study during that block. Practice during that block. Reflect and refine. 4. Follow a warrior-level training path. Don't just kinda learn. Find the best books, mentors, courses, and real-world projects. Your goal is not to know. Your goal is to do. Test yourself weekly. Simulate real-world use. Turn theory into muscle memory. 5th set weekly mini-challenges. Each week, create a challenge to push your skill into discomfort. If you're learning sales, record mock pitches. If it's writing, publish an article. If it's design, build something from scratch. Fight resistance with output. Battle-tested tips. Kill the shiny object syndrome. Every time you switch skills, you reset the clock on mastery. Stick to your path until you own it. Create proof of your weapon. Build a portfolio, a body of work, or a results log that shows what you can do. Turn feedback into fuel. Don't get defensive when you're corrected. That's iron sharpening iron. Use it. Commandment of the lesson. Do not wait to become valuable. Become valuable by building the weapon. You want freedom? Then earn it. You want respect? Then forge it. You want wealth? Then solve what others can't. The world does not pay you for effort. It pays you for impact. Forge the weapon. Master it. And wield it without mercy. Lesson 2. Control the battlefield. Take command of your finances. Every dollar that leaves your hand must be a soldier marching to a purpose. Objective. Gain complete control and clarity over your financial life. No more leaks, no more mystery. Every dollar must be tracked, directed, and disciplined with the precision of a battlefield general. Why this matters. The average man is a slave to his money, not because he doesn't earn enough, but because he doesn't command it. A warrior without control over his resources is a warrior destined for collapse. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if your money leaks out through distractions, addictions, and disorganization, you've already lost the war. Control over your money is control over your time, your options, your future. When you track every dollar, you stop hoping for wealth and start building it. Most people never get rich not because they don't work hard, but because their money works against them, not for them. Implementation. 1. Audit the battlefield. Start with a 30-day personal spending audit. Track everything: rent, food, coffee, apps, subscriptions, vices. Write it all down. Use a spreadsheet, app, or journal. This is recon, intel on your financial weaknesses. 2. Categorize weapons versus wounds. Break every expense into 2 categories. Weapons: expenses that help you earn, grow, or protect your future. Education, gear, training, savings, investments. Wounds: expenses that drain you, distract you, or delay your goals. Impulse buys, streaming subscriptions, luxury dopamine hits. Be honest. Most people lie to themselves to protect their comfort. Warriors seek truth, even when it hurts. 3. Create a war budget. Your budget is not a restriction. It's a war map. It tells your troops, dollars, where to go. Every month, give each dollar a mission. X% goes to savings, investing. 10% to essential needs. 10% to growth and self-development. X% to discretionary spending. Keep it tight. 4th, track daily. This is where most people fail. They set a budget and never look at it again. You are not most people. You will track your spending daily. Every night, log what you spent. Review it weekly. Adjust. Refine. Adapt. Money left unmonitored is money lost in the fog of war. 5. Set financial checkpoints. Create 30, 90, and 180-day financial goals. How much will you save? What debts will you reduce? What investment will you start? What income stream will you build? These are your banners in the sand. Each one marks territory you've claimed. Each one is non-negotiable. Battle-tested tips. Cut without emotion. If it doesn't serve your mission, eliminate it. Comfort is the enemy. Starve it. Name your savings goals. Don't just save. Save for your freedom fund, your investment fund, your legacy. Give your goals meaning. Never go blind. If you can't answer, where did your last $100 go? You are not in command. Commandment of the lesson. Every dollar is a soldier. Every purchase is a battle. Every decision is a declaration of war or surrender. You don't drift into wealth. You command it. You don't get out of debt by accident. You strategize your way out. And you don't build a future by hoping it all works out. You take control. You cut waste. You lead from the front. Your finances are not just numbers. They are the blueprint to your freedom or the trap that keeps you chained. So grab your war map, sharpen your discipline, and control the battlefield. Lesson 3. Rise before the world. Command your morning. Before the world screams for your attention, there is silence. Sacred, strategic objective. Take control of your mornings to sharpen your focus, build your momentum, and dominate the day before it even begins. Use the quiet hours before dawn to train, plan, and execute while the rest of the world sleeps in weakness. Why this matters. Your mornings are not just a time of day. They are a weapon. The average person drags themselves out of bed already behind, already reactive, already lost. But the warrior does not begin the day in defense. The warrior starts with intention, with aggression, with clarity. What you do before 8 a.m. will determine what kind of empire you build by 8 p.m. The early hours are sacred ground. No distractions, no noise, no obligations pulling you away from your vision. This is when you build the body, the mind, and the map for war. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who rise. Implementation. 1. Wake up. 90 minutes earlier than you do now. No compromise. No snooze button. You are not soft. Set your alarm and rise with purpose. If you currently wake at 7 a.m., your new wake-up time is 5:30 a.m. This is your edge. 2. Build a warrior's morning ritual. Structure is power. Chaos is death. Your morning routine must serve your highest goals. 10 minutes. Mental fortification. Sit in silence. Meditate. Breathe. Journal. Set your intentions. Clear your mental battlefield. Your mind must be clean before you draw your first sword. 20 minutes. Physical activation. Move your body. Stretch. Do body weight exercises. Go for a walk. Train. Your body is your armor. Don't let it rust. Sweat early. Think clearly. 30 minutes. Skill sharpening. Read. Study. Practice your craft. Review notes from the day before. This is when you level up. When the rest of the world is still drooling into pillows, you're forging mental dominance. 30 minutes. Strategic planning. Review your financial goals. Look at your calendar. Plan your top 3 priorities for the day. Don't let the day happen to you. You command the day. 3. Prepare the night before. Victory begins the night before. Lay out your clothes. Prepare your journal. Set up your training space. Cut screen time 1 hour before sleep. Set yourself up to win before the sun ever rises. 4. Use alarms for war, not weakness. Your alarm is not your enemy. It's the war horn. When it goes off, you rise. Not in negotiation, not in delay, immediately. Because every time you delay rising, you lose time. And lost time is lost territory. 5. Build the ritual. Protect the ritual. This is not a one-day challenge. This is your foundation. You don't negotiate with your rituals. You protect them. Your morning is your sanctuary. If you lose your morning, you lose the war. Battle-tested tips. Track your wake time for 30 days. Every day you rise early. Log it. This builds accountability. No gaps. No, I'll start tomorrow. Eliminate late-night traps. TikTok, Netflix, texting. These things steal your edge. Replace them with a pre-sleep ritual. Reading, gratitude, planning. Stack your wins. One clean morning fuels the next. Win your morning equals build unstoppable momentum. Commandment of the lesson. If you wake up reactive, you live a life of retreat. If you wake up intentional, you go to war with precision. Every morning you rise early, you prove something to yourself. You are not the average. You are not the herd. You are not waiting for life to get better. You are taking it by the throat. Every minute before sunrise is yours. Your weapon, your time, your advantage. So rise, warrior. While they dream, you build. While they snooze, you sharpen. While they waste, you dominate. Lesson 4. Build the inner fortress. Develop relentless self-discipline. If your habits are garbage, your empire will rot from the inside. Objective. Forge an internal world of unshakable focus, consistency, and mental resilience. Discipline is not a motivational quote. It is the invisible force that either builds your empire or ensures your destruction. Why this matters. Your greatest threat is not out there. It's within you. Your enemy is the voice that says, "You've done enough." The one that whispers, "Take the day off." The one that makes soft choices and calls it self-care. That voice is subtle, seductive, and lethal. You don't lose the war overnight. You lose it in the micro decisions. Every time you choose comfort over commitment. Every time you break a promise to yourself. Your habits are the architecture of your destiny. And if those bricks are cracked, everything collapses. Your health, your money, your reputation, your identity. A warrior doesn't wait for discipline to show up. A warrior builds it, layer by layer, cut by cut, until the mind becomes a fortress, and weakness can no longer breach the gate. Implementation. 1. Choose 3 core discipline habits. These are your daily, non-negotiable actions. Start small, but make them consistent. Examples: cold shower every morning. Read 10 pages of a personal growth book. No sugar or processed food. Journal nightly before sleep. Complete one difficult task before 9 a.m. You don't skip these. You don't debate them. They become law. 2. Identify one destructive habit and eliminate it ruthlessly. Do you binge watch late at night? Scroll endlessly through social media? Smoke, drink, or eat out of boredom? Pick the one that bleeds your momentum the most and wage war against it. Replace it with something that sharpens you. A workout, a book, cold water, silence. When you remove weakness, you make room for power. 3. Create the warrior ledger. Get a journal or notebook. Call it your warrior ledger. Each day track. Wake up time. Did you complete your 3 daily habits? Did you eliminate the destructive habit? Did you push yourself? Final grade, win or loss. You're not tracking for perfection. You're tracking for accountability. 4. Weekly self-review. Brutal honesty required. Once a week, sit down and review the ledger. Ask, where did I break? What distracted me? What triggered old habits? What will I correct next week? This is how warriors stay sharp. Reflection is the whetstone of discipline. Set a 30-day discipline challenge. For 30 days, execute your habits like your life depends on it. Because it does. Don't negotiate. Don't miss. Don't justify. Track every day. Win or lose. This is your crucible. Battle-tested tips. Don't stack too much at once. Discipline is not about doing 100 things. It's about doing 3 things every single day until you can't live without them. Ritualize. Don't improvise. Habits that are left to chance will fail. Put them on your calendar. Tie them to existing routines. Use pain as power. Every time you slip, don't shame yourself. Study the failure. Use it. Let the sting fuel your resolve. Commandment of the lesson. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your discipline. The body may grow tired. The world may get loud. The odds may look impossible. But discipline is what keeps the blade sharp. Even in the storm. It is your code, your structure, your steel backbone when the fire burns out and motivation is dead. Discipline means doing what must be done, especially when you don't feel like it. Because feelings lie, comfort kills, and discipline liberates. You want to be different? Then act different. Build the inner fortress, and nothing outside can bring you down. Lesson 5. Deliver value and push daily. Become the one they can't ignore. Over-deliver. Outwork. Outshine. Objective. Commit to giving more value than anyone expects. Every day. Combine that with relentless personal growth and output, and you become impossible to ignore, indispensable in the marketplace, and unstoppable in your mission. Why this matters. The world doesn't pay you for effort. It pays you for impact. You can work hard. You can hustle. But if you're not delivering value, real, measurable, life-changing value, you will always be replaceable, always be ignored, always be underpaid and overlooked. But the warrior gives more. The warrior doesn't just hit targets, he annihilates them. He doesn't wait for orders, he creates outcomes. He becomes so effective, so valuable, so consistent that people must take notice. In this world, there's a massive shortage of people who do what they say, who show up early, who deliver more than expected, who push themselves beyond their limits without needing applause. You become a force by merging two disciplines: extreme value creation, daily relentless growth, implementation. 1. Define your value weapon. What problem do you solve better than 99% of people around you? If you don't know yet, your first task is discovery. If you do know, your next task is refinement. Create a value statement. I help this person, chart group, achieve this result by doing this solution. Examples. I help small business owners attract customers by creating high-converting ads. I help busy professionals lose 10 pounds in 60 days through minimalist meal prep coaching. Your value must be clear, simple, outcome-driven. This becomes your mission. 2. Deliver 10 times the value you're paid for. In every transaction, go beyond. If you're an employee, outperform your job description. If you're a freelancer, add bonuses, insights, extra touches. If you run a business, create customer experiences they rave about. Examples. Add extra resources without being asked. Follow up faster than expected. Anticipate problems before they arise. You're not doing this to burn yourself out. You're doing this to build leverage. Because when you give value consistently, you build reputation equity. And that is currency far more powerful than money. 3. Create a daily growth system. Every day, push forward in 3 areas: mind, read, study, analyze. 1 new concept per day. Skill, practice and refine. 1 hour per day minimum. Output, build or create something real. Content, product, pitch, solution. This is how you become rare. Most people learn, but never apply. Most people talk, but never build. You push, daily, without exception. 4th, track your daily output. Use your warrior ledger or a simple journal. Ask, did I create something today that added value? Did I push past comfort today? Did I improve 1 inch? Small gains daily become legendary results over time. 5, get feedback. Then apply it ruthlessly. Don't fear critique. Seek it. Ask those you serve. How can I improve? What's one thing I could do better? What didn't meet your expectations? Most people avoid this. That's why they stay average. But the warrior? He refines his edge constantly. No ego, no defensiveness, just raw improvement. Battle-tested tips. Operate like your reputation is your resume. Every client, every project, every interaction. Treat it like it will be reviewed by your future self 10 years from now. Never just meet expectations. Always ask, what's one way I can make this more impactful? Over-delivering builds loyalty. When you make people's lives easier, better, more powerful, they return, they refer, they support your rise. Commandment of the lesson. You become valuable by making others stronger. You become wealthy by solving real problems. You become a legend by showing up and delivering more than anyone ever expected. This is not about being a doormat. This is about dominance. You give more not to be liked, but to build a moat no one can cross. You deliver more to leave no doubt. You push yourself daily, not because someone is watching, but because you are becoming unstoppable. This world pays those who execute. So rise, deliver, building push, and become the one they never forget.